Welcome, one and all, to a very special episode of Gilded Destinies here on Heroes and Hooligans. To give a small recap, last time we were here, our players found themselves traveling to the city of Sharn, where we had an interesting familial encounter after removing Jolly Porter from the business. Many things occurred, with party members finding out that Cocola's mother has been holding her father under a geas for years, that Boar does not have the faith in his divinatory magics that he promised you he did at the beginning of your job, and that Jolly Porter is scheduled for his trial and execution at the second night of the Wild Night Festival tonight. We're going to go ahead and jump right into things. Jolly, you open your eyes to see dimly lit stone, light emanating from the pores within it. And you know from the 5 days that you've spent here and the divinatory magic you've cast on it, that this is magical light. Food has been provided for you each day, conjured by the cell, and you have had no contact with any of your jailers or your captors, though you have managed to make contact with 3 of your allies. People who you will say worked with in the endeavors that have led to your jailing. They have promised you that they will be present at your trial and will attempt to both get you out of things legally, make sure that you try to make sure you're not found guilty, and that if that fails, they will do their best to break you loose. As you sit in the center of this spherical cell, what is going on in Jolly's mind? You know your trial is coming soon, hours away at most.
Yeah, first, I'm wondering, will I know the judge, And if so, judges take vacations, judges take the lightning rail. And I really have known a few over the years. And I'm really just trying to think through, people in that realm, barristers, constables, who may I have known. I'm trying to recall their family history, perhaps. I talk to everyone.
Yeah.
So days together on the lightning rail. I'm trying to make sure that I recall any of those details.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check with advantage from the contact and information you gathered from your associates here in the city that have been in contact with you via sending.
Good thing for advantage. That's a 1 on the first, but a 20 on the second.
20 on the second. So with that 20, you have been able to find out that, as you knew, House Orion, who runs the Lightning Rail, has been leading the charge for your capture and arrest for some time, since you left the party in Revan.
Right.
But about a week ago, another house stepped up and took the lead. House Kundarak. You've found that you are being charged by 3 of the great houses with grand larceny, assault, manslaughter,
That
And you know the manslaughter charge and assault charge come from your battle in the Skyway Market at the beginning of this campaign.
I see how they could. Well, I'm sure I can explain. Grand larceny. I don't like that at all.
Oh, and there is also a charge of conspiracy and breach of contract.
Well, we can talk about breach of contract. I mean, being 2 months from retirement, I understand there's a social contract and then there's a contract. So I'm certainly ready to talk about that.
All right. And Jolly, you are left here in your cell with your thoughts. Is there anything you want to try to communicate to those allies you've been able to reach using sending?
Well, I want to certainly communicate. What are the limits? I have like 25 words, right? Something like that.
25 words, and because of the way you've learned to twist your sending to work around the warding of your spell, the range is half a mile rather than unlimited, but you are able to cast it without any components. No verbal, somatic, or material. So no one can see and tell that you are casting it.
Yeah. So, no weapons.
No, you are fully geared out. You have all of your belongings. On your capture, you were hit with what to you looked to be a crystal, maybe a dragon shard. And when it pierced your skin, it teleported you directly to this cell. All of your belongings with you.
Okay. Yeah, so here's the message I'm sending. At trial, don't bring any weapons. Let's let the wheels of justice do their thing. I believe in the process. We're going to trust it. And Reznor, you got this.
All right.
I believe in you. Where are we at?
The,
where are we at on numbers, words?
Yeah, the Thieves Guild member who you are sending this message to says, I do have this. Reznor. Isn't that the person you left town with? Do you want me to try to reach out to them? I've heard they were spotted visiting.
Yes, please.
All right. Yeah, certainly. We'll get in contact with them right away. Do you want them to come to your trial and be there?
Yes, please.
And Mr. Porter, I have a bit of bad news. It seems your trial is going to be a bit, I guess not untraditional, very traditional. It's Wild Night, sir. They're going to give you a trial by fury.
Okay. Let's do this.
All right. Go ahead and burn one spell slot for sending for me, if you would. And we are going to jump to the rest of our party. Zenlin, Jillian, Kokola, and Reznor, you are in front of Kundarak Manor with...
Oh, no.
All right. If we're going to do this...
As you see your brother, Rutber, looks terrified and confused. And your two youngest siblings, the twins, are crying as they see their father bleed from every orifice. What's happening? What? And your mother leaves the window and seconds later opens the front door. Everything will be fine. I'll handle this. You! And she points at you, Kokola. Couldn't handle being excommunicated, and you had to harm your father over it? Get out of my sight before I call the guards. And she's going to roll for a deception here. obviously, all of the party knows she is lying.
Cola.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a chance that her calling the gods could be in our favor.
Go ahead and give me an insight with advantage. Cola. Anyone else can make this flat.
I would say negatory Ghost Rider on that, but maybe I'm wrong.
Nope. That's a 6 for Zenlin. He don't see shit.
That's a 14 for Reznor.
I got a 19 insight.
Okay. If anybody who beats a 15 will automatically know if the acting matron of this branch of House Kundarak, of the Sharn branch of House Kundarak, calls the guards to her home, they're not going to question whatever she tells them.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought was.
To be clear, Zenlin means it might be easier to bust Jolly out if we're with him.
Ah, gotcha.
Which I think is how Coca-Cola took it initially. Hence she said negatory, right?
Yeah. I will also say Coca-Cola on a 19, you have a very strong feeling you would not be being held in the same place as Jolly. Jolly is being held in preparation for trial and execution. You would be being held probably in a standard prison.
I guess the benefit to her saying that it was me that did the magic is I'm not even capable of casting any kind of magic that would make my father bleed like that. So if we need a magical investigator, just saying. But anyways, let's get out of here.
Right.
Clearly somebody did not take their fiber this morning.
But you do head back off into the city, and the guards do not accost you in any way. Would you like to stay here on the 9th level, or would you like to move down to the 8th level, where you know the druid's living level to be, where the festival is occurring?
Well, I'm going to put my other...
Or would you like to go somewhere else?
I think 2 birds with 1 stone. Because I think our only other stop before tonight was potentially going into the Undercity so Jillian could talk to some people, right?
Yeah.
So I figure if we go here... Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead.
You also know you've got a few hours before the whole to-do with Jolly is supposed to begin. You've got about 3 hours.
Right. I guess I'm just thinking if the trial's going to be held at the festival, which is there, and that's where the druid is, going to talk to the druid would give us a chance to scope out where it's going to be without drawing attention because we have a reason to be there this early.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know the festival may already be going on. I don't know if it's like it starts at night or what, but
you would know from what you were told at the docks that there's definitely some partying going on that level already. But like the big, you've got like your pre-show parties. Like there's a tailgate going on at the festival, basically.
So maybe we take care of business there, and then when we're done there, we can see what we see and then go do the other stuff and then come back for the festival.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
Hey,
All
Zenlin.
right, so you move down 1 level.
Yes, Coca-Cola?
Do you happen to still have that cloak on you that had that was on the guy that was with my grandfather?
No, I believe you made me give that to you. You would not let me keep it because I wanted to keep it, and you said no, it's important, and that's when you gave me the little bit of info.
Perfect. Because all of the symbology is worn off of it, I am going to put it on because I left mine and my dagger with my bitch ass mother.
Yep. All right. Yeah, go ahead and put on your Goradine cloak. Same exact magics as your old one.
Yep. I didn't take it off my sheet simply because I knew I wanted to do that thing.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
I can't say that out here. Never mind. I do want to talk to you whenever we're not in public.
All right. You would know that moving between levels as you catch the lift between them, you have some privacy in the lift.
Okay, so in the lift, I'm a bit curious why we made such a big fuss about taking care of the bodies so that your mom didn't get mad at you just for you to end up on her bad side anyways.
well, because I didn't expect her to be a complete asshole when I went. Well, I kind of did, but not to the level that she decided to be. She
What
tried
even
to cast.
happened in there?
She wants me to do wet work, which is not my area of expertise. That is not my style of work. That is not the kind of skills that I want to be known for in my professional career. That's not me. That's her sort of thing, right? So that's that. Then she tried to use magic on me to control me to do what she wants me to do, and it didn't work. And that's what she's doing to my dad. She gave me the whole "do you want me to do to you what I did to your father" thing, and that just didn't work out for her. So with 0 ounces of respect, fuck that bitch entirely. I don't care if she disowns me, because that is rubbish. Can't treat people like that.
So just to be clear, we're adding her to the list of people that we eventually follow up with later, correct? That we need to be stronger to follow up with, correct?
Well, my concern is now, though, I might have just caused myself some trouble, because it depends on if she decides to cool down and try to reissue some different sort of orders, or if she takes it up to the head of the house. That could potentially put me on a Orvair's most wanted list, and I will end up next to Jolly anyway. So there's that.
I think you know that your mother would probably keep this quiet. Not being able to control one of the 2 operatives that she's produced in her immediate family would be a very bad look for her. But you also have the feeling if you made it loud, it'd put a target on your back, because you'd be spilling private business.
Right. So essentially, I gotta tread as lightly as possible right now. And only because I decided to have morals for once in my life that weren't gray.
For what it's worth, Coca-Cola, I guess aside from Julian, you've kind of... No, I guess that's not... Yeah, you've relatively been moral. I mean, you're kind of a jerk, but...
Well, you see where my mother is. It's just that chip I carry on my shoulder. And not this one either.
All right. And as you make your way down and out of the lift, let's go ahead and get our above VTT open. As we see the Festival of Fury before us. There are bright colors. People are dancing with abandon. Music is playing. Speaking of music is playing, let me go ahead and get that on. Da-da-da-da.
Somebody other than me is going to have to share this, by the way.
That's all cool.
I got it.
Yeah, people are having a great time here at the festival. It doesn't seem like any of the wilder passions have inflamed people yet, but people are definitely letting loose. You see all sorts of people from all over Sharn and all over Corvair, really, are having a grand old time. There are pipes being passed around, open chests filled with ale and liquor, and many different tents serving all sorts of wonderfully smelling food. You will be entering from the south here. Let me go ahead and throw you guys on there. And you can actually just let me know. We won't be using initiative order for this portion. Let me know what you'd like to check out, each of you.
Is there a hard cider stand? That's the most important question.
A hard cider stand. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I'm all right at that. Maybe.
Or you have a 20 passive, don't you? Yeah, you can see just off to your left this tent with the, I believe they're blue and white stripes. They might be purple and white. Don't quote me, I'm colorblind.
Okay, yeah, to the left.
Is serving also, yeah, to the. Here, I'll go ahead and ping it there. Right there.
Okay.
Is serving all sorts of alcohol from all over the place. And you actually see a little stand there selling Iron Gut mead as well.
How nice. Look at that. Iron Gut meat in the big city.
You are all right down here at the very bottom center, by the way.
Perfect.
So yeah, Cola, you want to head over to the alcohol tent? Or the libations tent, rather?
Yeah. Yeah.
Reznor, you're a little big there. What's going on?
I was just wondering that. I was like, oh, I'm a little bigger than everybody
You're
else.
always big. Oh, everyone else is small. That's what it is. Nope, I forgot to set everyone else back to normal size. That's what it was. Because I had them small from our last fight.
Yep. From that map being all weird.
There we go. Yeah, so Coca-Cola is going to head on over to the libations tent. Zenlin, Jillian, Reznor, what are you all looking for or looking at?
Reznor is keeping close to Zenlin right now.
See, and I was gonna say,
yeah.
I think Zenlin's just taking it in. He probably hasn't been to like a surface festival like this before, more than likely. So he's probably, if no one else is directly heading anywhere, he is probably like keeping close to Coca-Cola and just following her, and just trying to take everything in and not be like overwhelmed.
Yeah, I think as you're taking everything in, I think we'll probably put Zenlin just outside of the libations tent so we can still get a view of the whole thing then. You see that you are on platforms raised about 60 feet off of the ground, wooden platforms that all of these tents are on. And underneath you can see a river flowing through the level. You're not sure where it begins, you're not sure where it ends, but you see there is algae growing on it, there are lily pads. It looks like a thriving ecosystem here on the living level. And Jill, are you sticking close to Coca-Cola, or are you checking anything out on your own? I'll say with your passive perception, actually, I'll let you know a couple things that Jill spots quick. Jill, you spot a tent that is filled with representatives of House Durasco. That is the tent right over here with the... I keep trying to point at my screen instead of pinging it. I don't know why. The tent just to the right here with the red and pink stripes, brown and pink.
I think
seems
they're
to be
red.
filled with representatives. Yeah, who seems to be filled with representatives of House Durasco. Who are providing healing and aid to anyone who gets a little too intoxicated or injures themselves along the way of partying at the festival. Basically the med tent for the party.
How far away is that from where Coca-Cola is?
Let me grab my ruler and I'll let you know. About 100 feet, 130 feet.
She'll look over there towards what they're doing. Think that it's good to help people that might get inebriated or heat stroke or something. But she'll head over by Coca-Cola because of what happened earlier. She just wants to be near her friend.
All right. So Jill is going to stick with Coca-Cola as well. We'll go ahead and move you over. Over there. Jillian, the smell of herbs and everything hits your nose, and you are not intoxicated yet, but you're starting to get a little bit of a secondhand buzz just from being in this tent. You can see people are actively ingesting, like smoking and everything in here as well. Feel free to do what you like. You see the stand selling iron. There is a stand here selling just about any substance you could want to get your hands on. For this night, anything is legal here in Shar.
Oh yeah, I don't need any of that. I just want 2 fermented apple ales, please. That's what I would like.
2 ales? All right, hey, have a great time. Enjoy the festival. It's going to be 1 silver.
All right, you got it. Jillian, what do you want?
I'd like a glass of maybe a dry mead, if they've got a dry mead.
Dry mead? Oh, yeah, we can certainly handle that. I think dry mead, you're probably going to want to go over to the stall over there. And he points you over to a stall labeled Breerhaven Meads. That's Breer Haven. And you see standing there a couple of little halflings.
Oh, well, look at that.
You make your way over to Breerhaven, I'm assuming?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, hello. Would you like to try some of our meads?
Yes, do you have a dry mead? Not
Oh,
too
yes,
sweet.
we've got an elderberry one that's absolutely fantastic. Would you like to try that?
Yes, can I
Only
have
if your
a
mother's
pint?
old.
All right. And if you'd like to buy a couple of bottles to take with you, I'll tell you a little secret. They're made of good berries, actually. A little bit of healing punch in each one.
That would be good. How much would it be for 2 bottles?
2 bottles? Well, if you want the bottles to share, then it'll be about 5 gold each.
All right, let me see if Jillian has that much.
I'm going to say you all can all spend out of party gold right now. You don't need to do the reorienting.
Okay. All
Or
right,
we're
yeah,
gonna-
2 bottles.
Unless we're buying like real estate or making a major purchase, party gold is in hammer space, essentially.
All right. Okay, yeah, 2 bottles would be great.
All right. Each of these bottles has 4 doses. Each dose can be used as with an action to give 1 hit point to another creature, a bonus action to give 1 hit point to yourself.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right. We will go ahead and move over to Zenlin and Rez. Then you said you're just kind of trying to take everything in?
Yeah, I think, for lack of a better term, I think this environment, despite the glasses, is probably a bit overstimulating for him.
Hell yeah. So go ahead and give me perception with disadvantage then.
Ten.
10. Yeah, this is a massive party unlike anything you've ever seen. The closest you can think of is when war bands would return back to the Citadel in the Underdark, or sorry, not the Underdark, in Kyber.
Yeah.
But it's just not quite right. There's no mourning here.
Yeah.
Just joviality and people having a good time.
I think he thinks to himself the morning comes later.
That's pretty accurate, honestly. Rez, what are you doing? You just keeping an eye out as well? Are you just sort of hanging with Zenlin?
Yeah, he's just kind of standing there looking around. He's pretty stoic right now.
I'll say you can go ahead and give me a perception check as well, then.
A 4.
A 4? You are overwhelmed by these smells coming from the tent behind you and the sights coming from all around. And you look down over the edge of this little, I suppose, bridge that you're on and see red algae growing on the river.
I don't like these smells.
I'll also say you smell delicious roasting meats coming from the tent directly to your north. And you see that they are just being handed out by a group of people. Like, no charge.
Reznar's gonna still kind of stick to Zenlin, and he's gonna keep like shooting Zenlin glances, but not actually doing anything.
All right. As you're all standing there, Coca-Cola, Jillian, what would you like to do now that you have your libations?
Okay, Jill, while we're here scouting things out, you want to go talk to those city druids, deputy mayor?
Yeah, I think we should.
All right, let's see if we can find them.
As you two were talking about meeting with some druids, one of the stall keepers overhears you. Oh, they're running a big cook tent up to the north. At least some of them.
Right, well, that'll do, won't it?
All right. So you want to move up to the cook tent? You will be passing Zen and Reznor. Zen, Reznor, do you hop along and go with them?
Yeah, I would say to them when we come out, hey, we're going to go up and find the city druids. You guys coming with?
Sure. We'll be along. And Zen is going to just try and give us like a 30-ish foot gap before he starts following.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say, are you trying to make it clear that are you trying to make it not seem like you're directly associating with Coca-Cola and Jill?
No. And I mean, Coca-Cola is a crazy insight, I think. So she can probably tell that it seems like Zen probably wants to talk to Reznor about something.
Gotcha. Cool. So yeah, you're hanging back a bit, and Zen and Reznor, you have a moment here as you move along this bridge. You pass by one who's sort of hanging on the edge of the bridge, looking down similarly to the way you were, Reznor. A elven man.
As we're walking, so Rez, you were acting kind of odd when you got back this morning. Are you okay?
Reznor's gonna kind of like open his mouth a couple times, and he's gonna. I'm not great with words. I wasn't completely honest with you all earlier.
What do you mean? What didn't you tell us?
So, man, it's much easier when I really liked our time in Zendrick. You know, I know it's not great for everyone, but the monsters there were they were apparent. If you know what I mean, you knew who was the enemy.
DM, I have a question as a player.
Yep.
How much does Zenlin know about the Dalkir? Like, what are the Dalkir like?
I'm gonna say give me a Arcana or History check. And I'll say if you do History, it'll be with advantage.
Well, we did Arcana and it's an 8. So probably not much. I've never been to the front lines myself.
Yeah, what you know is that the Dalkir are beings from outside this universe, not just extraplanar, but not from the planes in which Everon exists, that wish to devour it. Or at least that is what you have been taught.
I do think I know what you mean, Reznor. I mean, even when things beyond comprehension are knocking at your gates, sometimes the true monsters look just like you. I mean, Cocola's mom's pretty messed up. I think we can agree on that, right? Did it really shock you that much?
I'm going to say, actually, as you say, the true monsters look just like you. Go ahead and give me that Arcana check again with advantage this time.
Okay. For record, that was more referencing his mother, his own mother.
No, I got you. No, I got you.
17.
17. You know the Dalkir often act through mortal agents who have made pacts with them.
Okay, that was kind of what I figured. I just wanted to confirm because the player doesn't know anything about them to begin with.
Yeah, just as you said that, you got that. Oh yeah, no, actually, I remember this as well. Just one little additional fact.
Yeah.
Maybe not relevant right now.
Yeah. But yeah, it helped. But yeah, I mean, sure, her family was honestly rich, same as below, so above, I guess. Nobles everywhere can be like that. But what does that have to do with what you weren't honest about?
Well, just like with Hikola's mom, the monsters can be the people closest to you. And I have a question that I've been wondering for a very long time. And it's a question that I myself have failed to answer. I was wondering if you would answer it for me, or at least give me your most honest answer at it. And he'll stare at Zenlin now like he's completely stoic.
I assume we probably fell behind at this point as we're kind of...
Yeah, you've
and
fallen
stopped
behind. You've fallen behind. The other two were already in the tent.
Yeah. Of course, I don't think I've ever intentionally lied to you.
Can I, as Reznor, roll an insight against Zenlin?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's a 5.
All right, Zen, go ahead and make me a persuasion check if you're being honest, or a deception if you're lying.
Dirty 20 persuasion. To my knowledge, Zen has never lied to Reznor, like, at least not maliciously, like maybe for a joke or something, but...
Yeah, Reznor, even on a 5, you're looking at Zenlin try to think back and try to find a time that he's lied to you, and you're seeing him come up blank.
So, the people around here used to, and some still do, they would view my kind as monsters. And I know in the past that has been a fuel for some of my actions. But I now am at a crossroads of what I should do going forward. And I know you have seen war and you've seen battle. So I want to ask you now. If everything you've seen, if all the horrors you've seen, all the terrible things you've seen people done, if you could punish the guilty, but you have to sacrifice the innocent, would you do it?
I think it depends on the situation and the scope. I need you to understand, Resno, when I speak of the wars my people fight, we're fighting monsters and beings beyond this realm. They don't have any desires other than to devour anything. So if in order to prevent something like that coming through eternally, I have to let a few innocent people die or even sacrifice them, I would say it's worth it. Now, if this were only a threat to me and my people, I don't believe it would weigh out. You can't weigh a few lives against that of the world. But when you weigh lives against lives, everything's equal.
I think that's where we're going to move over to Cola and Jillian. Cola, Jillian, you've just walked into the City Druid's cooking tent, and it smells amazing in here. You see there are stalls serving vegan dishes. You see there are stalls serving just meat. You see there's a couple stalls that are very low to the ground, being worked by what looks like gnomes who are just here for a job, that are serving animal companions only. Like they're serving only the animal companions.
Is there a line, or can we walk right up to where the druids are?
You see that the druids are spread out all around this tent, some of them working, some of them not. But it looks like they've congregated here. You could definitely approach a group of them if you wanted.
Yeah, so I'll find the closest group next to us, near us, that's not working, because I don't want to work. I'll grab Jill and I'll drag her by the hand and skip gaily along to go find the druids.
All right, as you and Jill skip gaily along, you move up to the closest group of druids who turn to you and immediately offer you a pipe. Oh, what? Did you want to hit?
Oh, no, thank you. We're actually looking for who we should speak to about outside contract.
Oh, well, you can speak to any of us about that. What's it for?
Well, this is the deputy mayor of Revan. I'm sure you know her, the Jillian Rilke of House Jurasco. Her reputation definitely precedes her. She's a famous healer in the lower levels, and well, she's now the deputy mayor of Revan. You have to have heard of her before, I'm sure.
Yeah, you see, as you say Revan, he kind of looks quizzical, but the second the words Jillian Rilke cross your lips, he's like, the Jillian Rilke?
The one,
the healer of the Undercity. Ah, pleasure to meet you. And he reaches over to shake your hand, Jill.
I will Vanna White the shit out of Jillian.
So what brings you here? Did you finally want to maybe get some growth going on in the Undercity? Make things a bit better for the air quality and all that? Or, well, no, you're mayor of another town now, right? Revan, was it? Is it something for them?
Yeah. Yeah, we got hit by wyverns pretty bad yesterday, and we lost the majority of our grain store, so we need to hire some druids to come over and help our crops grow so that we can make it through the winter without having to take a huge loan.
Well, we'd be happy to help out. Are you looking to pay in gold or favors?
Well, what do the favors entail?
Whatever we need at the time that we feel is equivalent to the spell casting we'll be doing. I don't particularly know of any that I have that I need right now, but I could ask some of my friends if they have any that they need.
Well,
but
maybe like an example
I
of
would personally, if you're just going for like a year's worth of crop growth compressed into about a month's time, I'd be willing to do it for about 300 gold pieces. And you see, actually, the gentleman speaking to you is a massive man with elk horns growing directly out of his skull, a beard that stops at about his collarbone, and bright gold eyes. He looks to be in his mid-40s, maybe a bit younger, maybe a bit older. You're not quite sure, because you're not quite sure what he is.
Jill, since I'm holding your hand, I'm gonna squeeze your hand in the way that says "bat your eyelashes," so I can persuade him to do this for cheaper.
All right, yeah. Jillian will.
I can actually just say Jill's presence as the known healer of the Undercity will give you advantage on a persuasion check, automatic help action.
All right, good. I'm gonna do that. Dear Druid, though Jillian is the deputy mayor of the city, we're kind of personally funding this since the city is paying for its own repairs, and we just want to make sure that it's taken care of. It's a bit of charity on our part. Do you think you could maybe do it for less than 300 gold pieces?
I'm going to say, actually, this isn't how advantage normally works. Go ahead and give me 3d20s with that charity, with that appeal to charity.
Ooh, nat 20. Nat 20
Nat
for 32.
20. For a 32?
Yeah, I have a plus 12 to persuasion.
You see, as you say that you are paying for this out of your own pockets, despite having access to the town's treasury as charity, a soft smile comes over his face. Oh, I can't let you outdo me in charitable acts. You pay for my transport, and you pay for my transport and lodging while I'm there, and I'll do it for free.
Oh, well, it just so happens that we can get your travel done for free, no problem, and we have a perfect place for you to stay while you're there. Also, no problem, with a beautiful garden in the back if you're somebody who likes to meditate in the mornings, and a nice elderly dwarven man as a companion.
That sounds wonderful. Well, we'll have to shake on it. I'm Herden, by the way.
I don't have to spit, do I?
No, you don't. He just puts his hand out to shake.
Okay. I'll shake, Jill. You gonna shake? You shake too.
Jill will shake as well.
Yeah, you actually see when you put your hand out before Jill, he has to shift so that you can shake his hand. He put it straight out to Jillian at first.
Oh, good. Good job. Shake Jill's first. She's the deputy mayor. I'm just the talker.
Yeah. Well, yes, I'd be happy. When do you plan on departing?
I believe we're leaving in the morning.
All right. Well, you've met me. You know me. You can throw me a sending, or you can reach me just by coming up here again in the morning after the party, and I'll be happy to join you.
Okay. There'll be some. You might see some others with us as well. We're a small group of individuals, so.
Oh, wonderful! Happy to meet new friends. And Herden says, "Can I get you anything to eat? We've got smoked fish. We've got some deer. We've got."
We're in the city on business. The festival just so happened to be where we were able to find you, so we're gonna head off to attend to the rest of that business.
At least take a turkey leg for the walk. And you head out as he calls that out after you. You come out to see Zenlin and Reznor looking very serious.
Oh, maybe we'll slow down. I was gonna scuttlebutt away, but I'll draw out my slow, small leg steps.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
Jill, how do you feel? Your first official deputy mayor action on behalf of the city of Revan.
I'm thankful that we were able to reach an agreement for a reasonable price. Yeah,
I mean,
because I
food.
was really worried.
I mean, we're not staying at Grandfather's. We're staying at the tower. I wouldn't really feel comfortable putting the druid up in the tower since we're getting that repaired. So there's the spare room at Grandfather's. The larder's fully stocked. It was stocked to take on 5 of us plus him and the other family members. So I figured, hey,
That above the table, quick, by the way, did you tell the Rockboroughs to go ahead and begin repairs on the tower after they finished with the mayor's office?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yes.
yeah, we asked him to go like immediately and get it started.
I thought so.
Yeah.
You hit a point here where you've already accomplished your goal with the city druids for a much lower price than you expected to. You've got a couple other goals in this area, and as Cola and Jillian, as you're slowly walking up, you see someone hurriedly approaching Reznor. And you see them bend down to whisper in his ear. Reznor, you do not see this person approaching you until they are right in front of you. And they bend down to whisper in your ear. They are a massive orcish man, about 7.5 feet tall. And they say, Mr. Porter sent me. He's asked that you attend his trial. And if you do not wish to be seen doing so, I understand your party may have been implicated in some of the deeds that he's been arrested for. I have these for you all. And he is going to slip 4 potions to you. Should be able to let you look however you like for the next hour and a half, 2 hours. Once you drown them. Once you down them. I don't know why I said drown.
Yeah. He's gonna look back between Zenlin and the guy, and he's kind of a little startled, I guess.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Perception. That's a nat 1 for a 3.
Not one for a 3. Yeah. Zen, you can give me this as well with disadvantage if you'd like.
Sure.
A lot on
Why
Reznor's
not?
mind right now.
Nine. So not a nat
9.
1, but not much better.
You see one of the fingers on his hand actually passes through Reznor's, and are immediately able to tell this guy's disguised with illusion magic.
Okay. How much of what he whispered did I hear? I assume not much with a 9, right? I just saw this guy come up.
I'm gonna honestly say you and Reznor were having a private discussion, and he recognized you as another member of the party.
Okay.
He said it at a volume you were both able to hear. He just addressed Reznor directly. Oh, and Mr. Porter wants me to tell you he believes in you. You can do it. I'm gonna say actually, because of how sweet that flavor was from Jolly, you can take a free Bardic Inspiration, Reznor. What's your Bardic Inspiration die at right now, Jolly?
That is a good
D8.
question. I believe it's a D8. Let me confirm. D10.
D10. You have a D10 of Bardic Inspiration, Reznor, that you can hang on to until the end of this session.
Yay! So inspired.
You got this. I believe in you.
A tear comes to Reznor's eye.
He looks at you again. Do you know where the... is there any information you need from me before I head out? And
Where
Cola and Jill, you can see this guy's having a whole like whispered conversation with Zen and Rez if you want to continue to walk up or if you want to slow down or whatever you want to do.
Could you tell us where on this level it's supposed to happen?
I could do one better. I can take you there.
Okay, that'd be great.
Is there anyone else that we need to grab?
Oh, Coca-Cola, Jillian, are you done already? Sorry, we got distracted. Come, we've made a friend. He wants to show us where the later on festivities will be happening.
Joe will follow.
Oh, yeah. And he begins to lead you up to the northeast here. There is a path that will lead you up to the arena. You see here there are people already gathered around this who are having a good time. There are guards at each of the ladders, and you're able to get up on this upper ring of the arena where the viewing area seems to be pretty easily. Like it's open to the public.
I'm gonna telepathic to Zenlin because I've done it before and I don't want to freak Reznor out, and just ask if everything is okay, and assume that he can do a head nod as we're walking to respond since there's no response with my, thing.
I don't think he can really. He kind of shrugs.
All right.
Because he didn't really find out what Reznor wasn't honest about, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, when we walk up, Zen is trying to see if he can spot, like, is there any other entrance, right, that, like, they would bring him in from instead of this, right, some kind of secret entrance, or is there any, right, weak spots, blind spots, anything he can spot that might be useful?
Give me an investigation check. I really thought that was the B on the die for a second. I was like, damn, he nat 20'd. I really have to tell him everything.
Nah, that's a 15. But I'll take it with the +0.
15. I'll tell you explicitly, you do not see another path in here other than the one open to the public.
Okay.
You do not see any ways down into the pit other than these 3 ladders that are guarded.
Okay.
And you do not see anywhere that would be a holding cell of any sort around this pit.
Which would make sense logically. If they're already making a show of it, they're going to want to parade him through the entire festival to draw as many people over here as possible.
Yeah. Is there anything that our party wants to do other than investigate this ring before the events of later on this evening?
Well, didn't we discuss above the table speaking with these people to see what we could do for Jolly so that way we didn't have to be physically present in case things went sideways, given we now are business owners?
Zenlin will pass on the info that we got. Potions that Zenlin is going to make an assumption based on the fact
Their
he could help
disguised
this
self.
guy. Yeah. He's going to be like, they actually already gave us some potions so that we won't look like ourselves for about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, I'll let you know their disguised self and their double duration, so they are a full 2 hours.
Okay. Well, that's fine and dandy, but just in case, deputy mayor and all.
Yeah, I don't think maybe... Is the guy still with us?
He led you up here and then went and faded into the crowd. You can...
I don't... Okay.
I'm going to say you can give me perceptions to try to find him. You're going to have to beat his stealth check. Which is pretty good.
Well, if my 19 doesn't get it, hopefully Cocola's 21 does.
Neither of those does, unfortunately.
My 21 was our initial. If we're tracking a guy down, then I will roll again. So that'd
Oh,
be different. Which
Yeah,
is
you can go ahead and roll again.
I don't know what it is. 22. So that probably still it's only one better.
Still, unfortunately, does not catch him.
All right. Cool.
I'm going to say, actually, Coca-Cola, you saw him long enough that you still have a grasp on what his mind feels like. You can send him a telepathic message if you'd like, if you want to talk to him further.
Okay. So yeah, I'll reach out and just ask him, is there a place we can meet in private without being seen?
He says that he has a tent back at the festival. We're not going to move there on above VTT, but there is a tent back at the festival that he can bring you to.
Okay.
Where he and his allies are gathering.
I'll tell the party that.
Okay.
He sends you an image into your head of a small little, just like a camping tent, essentially. Might sleep 6. Could probably fit all of you in it at the same time, and then some, if you're standing.
Hey, I've been in medieval tents before. I know they're bigger on the inside.
But yeah, you're all heading back to that tent to meet with him and his allies.
Yeah.
Well,
you guys know,
is
can
that
our
what you want?
talk wait, or do we need to finish it now?
We need to finish it before we leave here.
All right. Hopefully the rest of this doesn't go too crazy then.
Well, so by the way, we got the druids. The druid, he's going to do it for free.
Oh,
We
that's
just
kind
have
of
to
him.
provide transport and, a
Room
room and
board,
board.
essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that was mostly what our initial plan was, right? I can teleport anyways, so we're good.
Yeah. So I told him we would leave in the morning. Chip, can you send the name in the back chat so I can write it down properly?
Yeah, sure.
So we can meet him here, he said, at any point in time or in the morning. But that part's taken care of at least.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, it's up to you guys. No, otherwise, if Coca-Cola and Jill are okay, they could go in and at least start the talks with these guys while we finish, if you'd prefer.
We can do that.
Coca-Cola, Jill, is that okay? Are you comfortable with that? We don't really know these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
Before we go, pass without a trace. Who has that? Right?
Okay. Does anybody in the group have it?
I do believe Jill does. It should be one of your spells from your Twilight Cleric. You're muted if you're talking.
Yeah, I believe I have that.
All right, let's go ahead and check your spell list here. Everyone go ahead and roll your stealth checks if you're trying to be stealthy right now, and I'll let you know if Jill's got Pass Without a Trace up here in a second as I check the spell list.
Hope so. Zen's not being very sneaky right now, apparently.
Jill does not have Pass Without a Trace prepared today, unfortunately.
You didn't. Okay, it's not prepared. Boo. Okay, well, YOLO.
Yeah, anyone who's trying to be sneaky right now, go ahead and let me know what your checks were.
9.
9.
30.
30.
12.
12.
12. Yeah.
13 for Reznor.
13. All right, so Bottom of our top half of the group is a 13. I'm going to say with a 30 is insane. Coca-Cola, no matter what, you're not going to get caught here. The rest of the group we're going to be using this as a group check. So it's going to be running on a 13.
Yeah, I'm going to put my hood up and kind of disappear into the crowd.
Hell yeah. And you're all making your way over to Jill and Coca-Cola, you're making your way over to this tent he's informed you of?
I imagine we'd go and we would just kind of hang outside, A, to keep a lookout, and B, then we're there if something does go wrong.
Gotcha. All right. You all make your way over to this very, it's a nice tent, but it's not the same as all of these massive tents that are up for the festival. And you see within 3 individuals. The orc you saw before, a gnomish man, and a halfling woman.
Can I ask a question above the table?
Sure.
Are charm and enchantment spells considered harmful?
In what context?
In the context of I'm able to speak to people in their mind and protect my own mind with detect thoughts, but I want or use my own mind probes with detect thoughts and protect my own because I've got the spell save to do that. But I wanted to sanctuary Jill before we go in, just in case they try to cast any sort of sneaky folks magic, being as we don't know them.
No.
No, they don't count.
No, they do not count.
Okay. That was my thought process. But
as far as sanctuary goes, I believe sanctuaries explicitly is like for damage dealing things.
Yeah, it says any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell. Let's make a wisdom.
Those would slip past sanctuary.
Okay, that's what I was curious on. I wanted to find out. I never attempted to use it that way, so I wanted to ask before burning the spell slot because warlocks.
Okay.
But okay.
You make your way into this tent, and you see these 3 individuals. Nope. The rest of you coming soon? Or will you be passing the plan on to them?
They're around.
All right. Well, then I'll just let you know what's going on. Mr. Porter has asked that we do not bring weapons or try to break him out because he trusts in the justice system. However, he is not being tried within the normal justice system. So we followed orders, but we worked around them a bit.
Well, listen.
In the bonfires, we've hidden some items that may be of use.
Oh, in the bonfires? Like
in the ring.
Things?
The bonfires in the ring, yes.
Oh, neat. Well, I can't help but bring a weapon. I'm a walking gun show. Smith and Wesson go everywhere with me.
He didn't ask that you not bring weapons or interfere in it. He asked us. Working around things. It's working just on the boundary of what's allowed is sort of our speciality.
My understanding is we might be possibly implicated in such actions as Jolly as well.
You've not been charged as far as we've been able to find out. But the people who are charging Jolly, I'm certain are aware that you were present at his
okay
assault and manslaughter in the Skyway Market.
Okay. And what's your plan of action here to get him out of this situation? Like
try to get the crowd not to allow things to move to trial by combat and give him as many advantages as possible if it does. So okay. I don't know how familiar you are with the last one of these that happened about 30 years ago, but the crowd will decide after the Great Houses present their case and Jolly is given his minute to speak whether or not to send him forth into the trial by combat. If he succeeds in the trial by combat, he's free to go.
Okay.
We just don't want that risk to happen.
Right. And have you heard of who's going to be like presiding? Do you have sources with that sort of information? My understanding is House Kundarak is one bringing charges. Do you know which member of the House will be there to?
I do not, unfortunately, know. I would guess it's going to be a lesser member.
Oh, a lesser member, as in not a Kundarak, but somebody from the House.
As in a House member, perhaps not truly named Kundarak. Yes.
Okay. Well, all right. So, we'll be there too, and we would like to get him out of this as well, because I mean, he was just defending himself and us and our friends, because we were really our friend attacked. So
I'll be fully honest with you. He was being honest with you there. I mean, he's like that. Yes, the charges for the Skyway Market trumped up. We're all
well,
like the larceny and conspiracy are fair charges. Let's be honest.
Listen. I'm a believer in everybody has a past, right? My judgment on Jolly is not about his past actions, because they don't fall into a certain set of criteria that automatically gets you on my list of you can fall off the face of the earth and die and I wouldn't care. He hasn't done any of those things. So my personal opinion of Jolly is based on who he was to me and my friends since we've known him, and he was nothing but a good companion. He helped us keep alive in some cases. He was a good business partner, and he was kind to my grandfather. Those things are important to me. So I don't care about any of that past stuff. Larceny, kind of sucks, but murder charges.
Hey, you said more than enough to convince me. I'm already trying to free the man.
Well, we're gonna do it. All right, cool. Thanks.
We're on limited time. You're going to be there. You're going to try.
Yeah, all of that.
If things proceed to trial by combat, are you willing to act with him? Are you willing to risk the charges and jump into the pit with him?
Well, that's to be determined, because we have to weigh options. I know we do have people that are going to jump in. Whether it's me personally, I can't answer that.
All right. Well, I'll take what I can get. And you see the little halfling woman says, do you want me to help you move about a bit more stealthily?
Well, it depends on what you are offering.
I'm offering you a spell.
Sure.
All right. And she's going to cast Pass Without Trace on the party, minus Zen and Rez. Zen and Rez, we're going to go ahead and run your scene real quick, the end of your scene.
Cool. All right, Rez.
Zen, actually, I just saw your message in the back chat. That's fully a thing that's allowed.
Oh,
you can jump into the pit to fight and say, hey, I'm willing to undergo this trial by combat alongside my friend.
That makes my need for an actual plan completely go out the window. So Rez, I mean, we should probably make it quick to figure out whatever the plan is. What's up?
I'll get into more details later, but the fort wasn't abandoned.
I'm glad you're bringing this up. I didn't feel a need to bring it up, but the fort is our backup way back.
There are people there, and I'll explain more later. I don't know who to trust now. I feel like you're one of the few.
Well, I appreciate that. We'll definitely have to figure this out later, because I haven't heard from the person checking the Plan A, so I don't know if Plan A is possible or not, but that could be a major problem.
All right. We'll go ahead and move forward in time a couple of hours. It is now 4:45. Jolly's trial is scheduled to begin at 5 p.m. You are on the platform around the ring arena. I'll go ahead and place you all on the screen so you can place yourself wherever you would be.
Okay.
Is it all right if we say we would have drank the potions as we were walking up to here?
No.
Yes, you can drink the potions. You can drink. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
I was going to say wait to drink the potion until it gets to the trial by combat part, so that way it's fresh and lasts longer. So that way, in case...
You know the great houses are going to present their case in one... So, Coca-Cola, you were just told the great houses are going to present their case in 1 minute or less, and Jolly has 1 minute to present his.
Okay.
So we're only 15 minutes
That's what I'll
early.
let you know.
I was just thinking it was going to take longer for the
That's
presentation part.
No, there's not. This is basically the crowd acting as a grand jury being told the charges and saying, yeah, let's move to trial by combat, or no, let this guy go.
Okay.
You see, as you are here, that the sun begins to set. It is just on the horizon. Go ahead and move yourself.
Jill casts aid at level 4 before everybody spreads out.
Yep. All right. Yeah, go ahead and move yourselves wherever you think you'd be, and we will jump into things.
What is that temp HP? Is it 15 or 20 at level 4?
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is not temp HP. It is an increase to your max.
That's right. I was close.
So you can be healed for that amount if you lose it as well. We are going to continue to move forward in time. Who has taken their disguise potions, if anyone? Zen? Jill, have you taken yours?
Yes.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Coca-Cola, are you taking yours?
Yes.
Reznor, are you taking yours?
Yeah.
All right. You can all let me know at whatever point if you want to look like anything in particular. If not, I'll just spitball and let you guys know. Like, just come up with random descriptions.
Anything not a drow.
Cool.
So quick question of how will this do I have any idea how this will work with my shifting?
You will still be able to shift just fine. So disguise self is basically an illusion over your body that can let you look like any race that is the same size as you, essentially.
Okay. So even if I shift, will people be able to tell I'm shifting if I'm disguised
No.
self? Okay.
No.
Then Reznor is good with anything.
All right, cool. We will continue to move forward as the music dims. We see a giant sphere of rock drop out of the ceiling above and circle around the entire living floor before coming back to hover over the center of this ring. On the platform before you, you see representatives of House Orion, House Cannith, and House Kundarak. And stepping forward to speak, you see the representative of House Orion. People of Shan and beyond, we bring you here today to present charges against one Jolly Porter. This man has stolen from many, marking them for the Thieves' Guild to rob, conspiring against the people who rode on the Great Lightning Rail, and conspiring against this very city, leading a group of unidentified allies in combat in the Skyway Markets, where he and his friends slew 5 individuals from the Undercity, showing great prejudice against those who have come from nothing, and those who have everything alike, gesturing to himself and the other members of the great houses. Because the houses wish to be fair, he will be given 2 chances for freedom. First, he will present his case to all of you, and if you find yourselves unsure of his guilt, you may send him to trial by combat, to be tested in the fires of battle. Should he remain victorious, then it is the gods themselves who have chosen to declare his innocence. Let this night of passion and righteous fury show the truth. And Jolly, the sphere lowers down, opens in the back, and you are able to step out onto the ring right by this platform. Or right by these 2 guards. I'll go ahead and place you there. See that both of them are wearing crystals on their... yeah, you're looking around to the crowd. For free, I'm going to let you know both of these guards are wearing a crystal that emanates a 10-foot anti-magic field.
Okay, fair enough.
So you will not have access to spell casting while you are presenting this speech.
Okay. I'm making eye
You
contact.
can go ahead and give me your speech.
Well, before that, I'm making eye contact with everyone in the crowd that I can. Anyone that I remember from the lightning rail, I'm waving to, pointing at. I look happy to see them. Even if I don't recognize someone, I'm going to do that so that the crowd thinks that I know a lot of other people, maybe not them specifically.
Yeah,
and then
I'll go ahead and give you a luck check here, just to see how
Alright.
many people do recognize you. You want high on this? That is an 11. You think probably about half the crowd recognizes you from having traveled on your rail.
Yeah. Now, where are we at on the socioeconomic ladder for the crowd?
Barn is here, minus the residents of the Undercity.
All
Or
right.
is 90% of the city of the Sharn is represented here, rather.
Okay.
And I'll say you were able to hear the charges being laid against you as well through your cell.
Right. So, I guess you're wondering how I got here. I do have to say, it is an honor to be in front of everyone. This is not how I expected to have an audience like this, but this is where we are. I will say something about my friend from House Orion there. This is, there's I understand why I'm being charged. Specifically with that person, I've met goblins with more style. I've met trolls with more wit, and honestly, I've met undead with more life than you, good sir. And it is one of my. I'll be honest. I understand this person really doesn't feel that that they were treated fairly on the lightning rail, and that may be true. That may be true. So perhaps there's a kernel of truth within their very unfair accusation. What I will say is, you know, I sense that this concept of divine right, hereditary power that you seem to have in House Orion, where you inherited your position so that you could send your goons after someone who gave you great customer service. I give everyone great customer service. And yet you send goons after me and you trump up charges. You probably sent the gangsters who attacked me on that bridge that day.
Jolly,
alone.
at this point, one of the guards motions over to you. All right, that's your time. I'm going to need persuasion checks. You are going to be making an opposing persuasion check with this House Orion representative. I'm going to let you know right now.
Loudly whisper and try and get like whispers going around, like, oh, he hired. It was gangsters. It was self-defense. What?
I was already going to say I'm giving because of what he ended on. So you will be making this with advantage. So will he. He will be adding a plus 14 to this roll. So go ahead and give me that persuasion, Jolly.
Okay, here we go. I'm trying. Is it rolling?
It's rolling.
Oh, okay. I wasn't seeing it on my sheet. What happened?
It didn't roll your modifier with it. It just rolled you a 16 flat.
Yeah.
I'm a plus 11 on that.
All right. So that's a 27. And that only gave us one of them. So go ahead and roll another for me.
Let's do it again. Okay. That's
17.
28.
All right. So he needs to get a 15 or higher on one of these die. Let's roll this in front of the board. First one is a natural 5. Second one is a natural 1.
Ooh.
As the crowd whispers around, hired guards? What? Oh. What's happening? The house is lying to us? Jolly, what do you feel happens as you beat him by 9 points?
Well, I fully expect the rage for them to send the attack on me anyway. I fully expect that.
You think that the people around here demand the trial by combat despite believing you?
No. I think the crowd is on my side now. I think Orion and
The
crew
houses.
are gonna send these monsters after me anyway.
All right. You see the crowd, unable to reach a decision, cry out, "Let him say more!" And Jolly, I'm going to give you one more persuasion check here. You will roll this with advantage. You will roll this with guidance as someone in the crowd casts a spell on you. So you'll add a d4 to this. You are looking to hit a DC 25 as you see the sun set lower.
All right, here we
And
go.
just these last few beams cross the horizon as Wild Night truly begins.
This is one roll, right?
One, you have advantage plus a d4.
Well, if I get a 4 on this, I don't need advantage. Okay, I need advantage.
All right.
There
You
we
will
go.
not re-roll the guidance. You're only adding 1 from it.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Whoa, nat 20.
A natural 20.
And,
Jolly, you see the crowd rises up. You see them all stand a little more straight backed, gaze at these representatives of the great houses. If they're framing us by sending gangsters in, they're the ones who should be facing the trial. And everyone here begins to rush the 3 representatives of the great houses to try to throw them into the pit. Let me change the music. This isn't furious. This is...
Righteous, I think, is the word you're looking for.
justice.
Oh, no, I was just talking about the background music wasn't furious enough.
Yeah.
But you see the crowd turn on these 3 house members. You see the member of House Kundarak, small dwarven woman. Kola, you recognize this as like a third cousin who has mostly, as far as you're aware, done secretarial work up until this point. You see her get grabbed by a dragonborn and thrown into the pit.
Oh, that's a shame.
The House Orion representative is also thrown, as is the House Cannith representative.
Could I store Could I store Jolly in my genie vessel?
Are you able to bring other people into your genie vessel at this point?
At this point, it can only just hold one person. So I can't bring the whole party in yet. So it could hold one person.
All right, let me go ahead and check the wording on that ability quick.
Sure.
I believe...
I don't know if it's only self. I have to pull it up. But
I do think it's only self. I've got it pulled up here, so I'm checking.
Yeah, I think there's an invocation
Genie's
that
vessel
extends it.
Yeah, I believe it's your 11th level feature allows you to pull others into it. As an action, you can magically vanish and enter your vessel.
okay.
I'm going to say though, I need a DC 20 religion check from Coca-Cola.
Religion. Oh, okay. DC 20.
If you succeed, I'll allow you to pull Jolly into your vessel.
I don't want to go in. I'm going to walk out of this place, Mayor.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I didn't get it anyway. I only got a 5.
All right.
I might
Jolly,
be
you do see the guards on either side of you are going to try to push you in as well. I'm going to need an athletics check from you. One of them is going to be making it with a help action from the other.
Okay.
All right. They have a 19.
Oof.
That's a 17.
All right. On a 17, Jolly, you are shoved over the edge and fall into the pit.
Mm-hmm. Good. That's where I want to be. I was going that way anyway.
Coca-Cola, Rez, Zen, actually all of you, go ahead and roll me some initiatives here.
Okay.
All right. The crowd will be acting on initiative 10.
Resner's got a 15.
Zen also got 15.
First to act here will be our Clockwork Abomination, which is going to rush up. Oh, and I grabbed all 3 of them by accident. Which is going to rush up to the first person who fell into the pit, as it is programmed to, and attempt to devour the House Kundarak member. You see it latches into her with these bladed limbs and rips her in half. Cola, your cousin is full dead.
Zoinks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. Our Pact Keeper construct should have been first to act. It's going to go for Jolly, who's right next to it.
All right.
All right. It is going to... Actually, it's going to make one attack against Jolly with an arm blade. Jolly does a 13 hit you.
Well, do I have my armor on?
You have all of your items and everything prepared.
Then no, it does not.
All right. It lashes out at you with an arm blade skimming off your armor and launches a spear from its back at the House Orion representative, which is going to hit. It needs to roll 2 1s on these damage die to not kill the House Orion rep. That's 6, and that's a 1. House Orion rep down, not dead, down. Next to act will be Kokola Dekundarak. I'm sorry, Kokola Iron Gut.
Yes, Iron Gut. Thank you. I like those folks better. They're nicer. Okay. Let's see. So the guards that threw Jolly in, what are they doing?
They appear to have just worked together to throw Jolly into the pit and have moved together to block exit from this ladder.
Okay.
Kokola, actually, go ahead and give me a Arcana check for free. Free action. You need to beat DC 10.
15.
15. You can see that this arena has one-way warding. Others can move in. People cannot move out of it except by these ladders. You see there are 2 guards at each ladder.
Okay. Okay, so I want to do a thing.
Okay.
I would like to move first around to here to get them within a 15-foot cube of me, but not people behind me. Probably like right here. And gotcha. I want to push them away from the stairs.
Okay, cool. How are you doing?
Thunder Wave.
All right, cool. Is that a save?
Yes, DC 16 con save.
All right. These guys have decent con. They are going to be rolling this at a +4.
Okay.
13 plus 4 is a 17. 1 on the right saves. 5 plus 4 is a 9. 1 on the left does not save.
Okay, so he's pushed 10 feet away, and they'll take half damage on a pass, full damage on a fail. Let me roll you damages.
I'm actually going to go ahead and make a dex save for the guy who did pass as well. I'm just going to make it a DC 10 for him to try to duck out of the way of his buddy as he goes flying past him. He makes that.
Okay, so it's 9 damage on a fail, half as much on a pass.
Cool, thank you. All right, anything else from you this turn? Any bonus actions?
Also, somebody from the audience said they redeemed a give enemies disadvantage during that. So I don't know if you want to retcon or save it for the next.
I'll save it for the next, since that was already an action.
Yeah, I just wasn't paying attention to the chat. So there is a enemy's disadvantage for the next. So that's cool. My action. And I think bonus action, I will use my magic stone cantrip to imbue some of the stones out of my pouch.
Okay. We'll let it slide this time. In the future, remember, if you cast something as a bonus action, the only other thing you can cast is a cantrip.
That's what magic stone is. It's a cantrip.
That's what I'm saying. If you cast Magic Stone, you have to use your action to cast a cantrip as well.
All right. Well, I won't do that then. I was thinking as long as
I'm saying it's cool this time, but just for the future.
Okay. All right, that's it then.
All right, cool. So Cola, you've got some Magic Stones prep, and you have just blasted these guards with Thunderous Force. Next in the turn in order, we go to Reznor Greyback. What's going on with Rez?
Well, Reznor is not happy that Jolly just got pushed in. First thing I would like to do is to rage.
Hell yeah, bonus action to rage. What you doing with your action, buddy?
I am going to move 5, 6. Wait a minute. 5, 10, 15, 20, 23, 25. Yeah. I'm gonna go right here. Sorry, I gotta use the ruler.
yeah?
Alright, so I'm going to pull my axe out and I'm going to throw it at the Pack Keeper.
The Pact Keeper construct? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's within throwing range for you?
I have, I believe, a 20.
Is that within your short range or your long range?
Should be within my long
2060.
range.
So that is your long range. Yeah, so you'll be making this with disadvantage.
Okay.
I believe. No, your reckless attacks don't only are for melee.
Yeah, they're melee attacks.
All right, so go ahead and give me that attack roll with disadvantage.
Okay, so 15 and 14.
Neither of those hits.
Oh. I mean, I'll throw
You see,
again.
they just both. You see both of those throws just clank off of the metal covering this construct. Next in our turn order.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to do?
No, that'll be it.
That's your bonus action and movement. So we'll move to Jolly Porter. Jolly, there is an opening for you to get up this ladder if you want. It is 15 feet high, so it will be your full movement to get up.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Antagonize on the guard at the top of the stairs.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to tell that guard to go attack the construct, the Pact Keeper construct.
Hell yeah.
That'll be a Wisdom 15 saving throw.
Wisdom 15. These guards are not all that wise. They only add a +2 to this. And they roll with disadvantage. All right. Thank God for that disadvantage. Otherwise, that would have been a save. However, a 6 on the die will not do it.
Right.
To antagonize this creature, it must use its reaction to make a melee attack against a creature it can't see. If it can't make this attack because it's not within its reach. Okay, so it can attack the other guard because that is within its reach. It cannot attack the Pact Keeper because it is not.
Because it can't be told to move?
No, it cannot. Antagonizes must attack a creature within its reach. If it can't make the attack, it has disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Within range, it has no... Oh, I see. On a failed... Okay, so it's going to take 10 points of damage.
All right, hell yeah.
And,
this guard is not looking great.
Okay. All right.
And do you want to have him attack the guard next to him instead? Or do you want him to have disadvantage on
Yeah,
his
no,
attack?
I need him to attack someone.
All right, hell yeah.
So, yeah, he needs to attack his buddy.
All right, that is a hit.
And I scream out to the crowd, if they can do this to me, they can do this to any of you.
And you see he cuts his partner's head clean off as the body topples forward into the pit.
Yeah.
This guard is dead.
Mm-hmm. Look at what they do to each other and to us. Oh, but do I leave the one house member alive in here? I don't think I would. I don't think I would.
All right.
So I'm going to. So the Pact Keeper has already made its attack.
It has.
Yeah, I'm not escaping.
Oh yeah. What are you doing?
Well, I'm not going to move to the point where I'll take an attack about. I'm going to stay right here.
Stay right there. All right. Next in our initiative order is Zenlin Draro. Oh, no, actually, I'm sorry. Next in our initiative order is the crowd. The crowd begins to jeer and cheer, cheering for Jolly, jeering at the constructs, and the remaining house member, the member of House Kenneth. Jolly, you are going to roll your next attack roll or saving throw with advantage from the crowd's help action.
Great. Thank you.
Up next will be Zenlin.
Sure. Zenlin doesn't want to get super involved yet, so he's going to do something a little unorthodox here. He is going to spend, let me double check. Perfect. He's going to spend 2 sorcery points to quicken cast Watery Sphere.
Hell yeah.
And what he's doing with this is he is casting it right on that middle fire.
Okay.
And then he is going to end concentration. And when Watery Sphere ends, the water collapses and extinguishes all flames within 30 feet, which I believe hits all 5 of those bonfires.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I believe centered on them. Let me just double check here. Yeah, 30 feet will hit all of them.
And then for his action, he is going to cast Message and point a finger at Jolly. And he's going to whisper, "Your allies put things in the fire to help you. Check the ashes." And that'll be his turn.
Great. Up next, we have the Time Rent construct, which is going to... let's see. No, the only living being in here other than its creator is Jolly. And you hear, actually, all of you, a announcer's voice come out of nowhere, seemingly from all around you. You think someone's casting a spell to do this. All right, people. This arena battle is brought to you exclusively by House Kenneth, creators of all the constructs you see within this place. Happy to take over here, by the way, for our unfortunately deceased member of House Orion, who was originally supposed to be performing these duties. So we see he has been torn to shreds. Let's give it up for the Pact Keeper. And the Time Rent construct is going to move towards you, Jolly, and just try to take a swing with some arm blades here.
Love it. Bring it.
All right. Both of those are going to hit. 4. Jesus. 25. 21 slashing damage, 5 force damage. Or 20 slashing, 5 force. There we go. Got my math right eventually. As it strikes you with 2 blades on its arms. Next in our initiative order is Jillian.
All right, Jillian's going to move over towards the entrance so that she can get in a position to help.
All right, so you're going to move towards where Cola is?
Yeah.
Do you want to dash, or do you want to just take your movement? Taking just your movement would put you right where I've placed you now.
All right, I think I will dash.
All right, and you want to get as close as possible? Do you want to get right up next to that guard, or do you want to still hang back a little bit?
I want to get, I think, near the guard, but yeah, she'll get near the guard.
All right, right there. That good?
Yes.
Hell
And
yeah.
she'll shout, and she'll act like she's with the crowd, and she'll shout about household corruption of Orion and Kenneth and Kundarak.
Hell yeah. You still got a bonus action left if you want to do anything with that.
Let's see, bonus action. Nah, no bonus action.
All right.
End
Then we'll go.
end of turn.
Then we'll go back up to the top of our order with the Pact Keeper. You see, as the Pact Keeper begins its turn, Jolly and the Time Rent Construct are both going to take damage as blades whirl around it. Jolly, you're going to take 5 damage. The Time Rent Construct is going to take 7. And it is going to turn, look down at you, Jolly, and scream as a spray of jagged metal ejects in your direction, and is also going to, and that spray of metal is also going to damage the ring behind you. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw, DC 15. You do still have that help action from the crowd, if you want to use it as well.
That gives me advantage, right?
Yeah, that gives you advantage.
I will use it. All right, save 23.
23 is a pass. You're going to take half damage on this, which is going to be 10 piercing damage, as the ring behind you begins to be shredded by this shrapnel. You can see that it is eating through the wall of the ring. All right. Up next will be Clockwork Abomination, which is going to move over the body there, and is going to make a intelligence saving throw to see if it recognizes this House Kenneth representative as one of its makers and allies. It needs to hit a 15 on this, and it adds 0. Let's go ahead and roll this in front of the board. That is a natural 3. The House Kenneth member is dead. It's a full attack on him. Up next will be Coca-Cola.
Okay, so question. If I use Mage Hand as my action, I can still use Magic Stone as my bonus action, right? Because they're both cantrips?
That is correct. That is correct. That is
Okay.
correct. You don't need to cast Magic Stone again since you already have stones prepped.
Yeah, I just need to throw them.
Throwing them is an action, actually. My bad.
Okay. All right, so I won't do that, but I will Mage Hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Mage Hand my Talisman down to Jolly.
Okay.
And my Talisman is my Pact Boon. And it does allow you to use it on somebody else. So if you fail an ability check, you can add a D4 to the roll, potentially turning it into a success. It can be used 4 times because that's what my proficiency mod is.
All right.
So he doesn't want us
you're
to...
fully able to do that. Anything with your bonus action?
I don't think so, because he said he doesn't want us to get fully involved. So I'll just offer things that are helpful. And could I have put the magic stones in the same hand as the mage hand to pass them off, or no?
I'll say you can pass Jolly one of them for sure.
Yeah, so I'll put one magic stone and the talisman in, and I'll say is with my telepathy that here's a little help in case you need it.
Hell yeah. All right, we will go ahead and move down the initiative order then. Up next is Reznor, I believe.
Reznor. So real quick, Chip, just because last time it did, is this Wild Night affecting Reznor?
Not yet.
Okay.
You don't know if it will, but it's not yet. But you can still see a little bit of sun as it's continuing to disappear.
Okay. I'm going to move and then move up to here, I believe. And then I'm going to dash and move to
Hell yeah.
there.
I'll let you know getting down into the arena is just a 5 feet of movement from the ring, by the way, if you want to drop.
He's not dropping quite yet.
Okay.
He is going to now just use an attack on the Pack Keeper again. He's going to throw.
Quick question. You dashed. Do you have a way to attack?
You're right. Nope, I do not.
All right.
That
cool.
would be EOT.
EOT. With the end of Reznor's turn, as we come down to initiative 10, we are going to have our first lair action. As the sun continues to set. Perfect timing asking that question, by the way, Reznor, because Wild Night is now in full effect. I'm going to need every member of our party to make me a Wisdom saving throw DC 10. Reznor, because you are raging, you will be making this with disadvantage.
Okay, 14.
All right. Anyone who got below a 10, you feel rage and passion well up in yourselves. Every turn you are required to take a hostile action, whether that's a spell, a physical attack, or whatever, against another living being. If you are in the pit, we will count the constructs as living beings. If you are not within the pit, they will not count. It's more a matter of them being so close to you that allows you to focus that rage towards them. Jolly, it is your turn.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Did it add your bonus to that wisdom save, Jolly? I don't think it did. Oh, no, it did. You only had one to wisdom.
Yeah.
I thought you were proficient in those. All right, my bad.
Wait, what talisman boon did I have?
Talisman lets you add a D4, so go ahead and add that.
All right, let's add that. I still need a 4. Here we go.
1 in 4 chance. Jolly, you make the save.
All right, good.
All right.
So I
know you were messaging me. You said you're probably going to take the dodge action this turn.
well, yeah, let's call it a dodge. I'm going to as a message of peace to everyone, I'm not going to attack these things this turn.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we'll go ahead and say you can take the dodge action to give them disadvantage on their attacks against you with that message
Okay.
of peace. All right. Up next in our initiative order is Zenlin. You see Jolly pinned down here, but you see that Jillian, disguised, is standing at the top of the ladder above him.
Zenlin is, I think, gonna cast a slow spell.
Hell yeah. Who are you targeting?
He's gonna try and position it so that I don't think the radius is large enough that I can hit all 3 constructs, so he will be hitting the 2 near Jolly without hitting Jolly.
Cool. You'll be hitting the Time Rent and the Pact Keeper. What's the save on that?
Wait, it's a 40-foot cube. Maybe I can get all of them.
Wait. You're not in the pit.
Slow has a range of 120 feet.
40-foot cube will hit all of them, yeah.
Oh, you saved. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me double check, but it is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let me check here. I don't think any of these guys are particularly wise. I think they all add 0 to this. Yes, they do. All right. This is huge. That is a 10 for the Time Rent construct. That is a 16 for the Pact Keeper. And that is a 15 for the Clockwork Abomination. What's your save DC?
I'm doubling checking, but I believe it's 15. So the 16 for sure passes. What was the third one?
15.
That would also pass.
All right.
Your DC 16, Don.
Oh, it's 16. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, it's at the top. I don't know why I missed that.
All right. So the only one to save is the Clockwork Abomination, I believe.
Perfect. That works. That's the furthest one. And then Zen's just going to spend the rest of his turn shouting and saying, "The house is already lost and we're guilty. Why is this still going on?"
Actually, Zen, I'll give you a free Arcana check for that.
Sure. I don't know that he was necessarily asking so much as just trying to get the crowd more riled up, but it's a 13.
Okay, on a 13, you think that these things were triggered to go off as soon as something entered the arena, and you think the only person who had an off button was probably that House Cannith rep.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right. End of your turn, it is going to be the Time Rent construct. Slow allows them to take an action or bonus action. No reaction. Speed is halved, correct?
Correct. And if they have the ability to make more
It can
than
only
one
make
attack.
one attack during its turn. Yeah.
Correct.
And
yeah.
a negative penalty to AC as well.
That's correct.
Awesome. And dex saves.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right. Time Rent is going to take one attack. Well, Jolly, do you want odds or evens?
Always odds.
All right. It is going to attack the Pact Keeper that shredded it with its body. That's a hit with the -2 to AC. Or no, I'm sorry, the Pact Keeper saved it. No, Clockwork Abomination saved. I got to do a better job keeping track of these things by actually using my tools and putting the markers on them. Oh, I don't have one for slowed. We'll just put the hasted one on them. It's close enough. All right, and deals significant damage to the Pact Keeper. Up next in our initiative order is Jillian.
Jillian's gonna cast Shield of Faith.
Shield of Faith, hell yeah, on Jolly.
Yes.
Okay. After Jill, it is going to be our guard's turn. You've not been hostile to him in any way. You're just sort of standing there. So I think he's just going to try to shove you to the side so you're not in front of the ladder. That's a 5 on his athletics check. Jill, go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, on that lair action, you saw the crowd erupt into fighting each other. They are no longer giving help actions to Jolly.
19.
19, you're fine. He tries to shove you, and you get steady, stand firm. All right, up next is going to be our Pact Keeper, who is slowed, is going to take 1 attack against Jolly. That's a crit.
Did you ever use that disadvantage from the audience?
I did on the save.
It's okay. I
Boo.
think someone just redeemed something else.
Let me
Oh
look.
yeah, what do we got?
Let me check here. I don't see it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
That's weird. It shows on
There
my
it is.
phone.
Cancel the DM's crit. I see it. It's there.
All right, we will. So the way I'm going to do that is we will re-roll this. All right, that is still a hit.
Ooh. At least it's not a crit.
No, it's not a crit, but it is significant. You see this thing bring its arms together, the sort of spinning blades that are around it, into a concentric saw, and rip into Jolly with its action. It's going to be 10, 16. Damn. Jolly, you are going to take plus 0, 6. Oh, I'm sorry. It should have been rolling that with disadvantage in the first place because you have you've dodged.
Oops.
All right, that's still a hit. Jolly, you're going to take 27 points of damage.
Ooh, Jolly balls.
All right. Next in our initiative order is the Clockwork Abomination, which is not slowed. All right. You see it is going to rush over here, sensing that there is still a living being within here, and breathe what Kokola and Zenlin can immediately tell is otherworldly fire, hitting both of the other constructs and Jolly. We're going to roll damage here. Jolly, if this damage hits your max HP, you are dead. Otherwise, it's 1 failed death save. Well, 32 is not your max HP, correct, Jolly?
Nope.
All right, that is 1 failed death save. Both of the other constructs are going to take full damage from that.
Now, how do I account for that, though?
You just mark it as a failed death save.
I see. So it's not cumulative?
They will be cumulative. So if you hit a total of 3 failures, Jolly is dead.
No, right. I mean the hit
Oh,
points,
the
right?
damage. Damage is not cumulative. No.
Okay, got it.
It has to deal your full HP in 1 blow.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
It is going to use its multi-attack, however, to launch a spear out of its back to try to strike you once more. That's going to hit. That's another failed death save. Up next in our initiative order is Kokola Iron Gun.
Yeah, well, I'm really in a pickle here because I was trying not to have to physically engage with the guards in public. but I definitely failed that damn wisdom. So
You can engage with a commoner.
I don't want to fight commoners because they're just the common folk.
Mhm.
So my thought is, can I throw the magic stone at the guard's feet, and will it cause damage to the wood beneath him too, maybe like collapsing that part of the arena so we could run away?
I will say, so the entrance to the arena is on the opposite side from where you are all now. There is a bridge that I forgot to draw instead of a road
Okay.
on the opposite end that leads back to the festival proper,
Right.
where you think
Either
it'd be
way.
very easy to get lost in the crowd.
I gotta fight the guard either way because I failed.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna say no. You can't try to attack the guard and the wood in the same turn unless you have some way of doing multiple.
okay. Yeah, I just wanted to really
You
just
could
throw it at
Eldritch
his.
Blast and send one to target the wood, one to target the guard.
Yeah, I'll just throw a rock so it looks like I'm just throwing a rock. Just do that. 12 probably doesn't hit, does it?
All right. Anything else from Coca-Cola?
Does 12 hit? I ask. I didn't hear you.
12 does not hit.
Okay, so bonus action, disengage,
All right.
and I'm gonna take my movement.
Hell yeah. We'll go ahead and move
Enjoy-
down the line while you're taking your movement to Reznor. What was that?
I was just asking if we repeat the save or if it's just stays.
You will repeat the save on the next layer action.
Okay.
So after Reznor's turn.
Okay, so I'm assuming Wild Knight did not keep me in my rage state.
I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, yeah, no, you're still raging. Yes. You're still fully raging.
All right.
Or,
So-
I'm sorry, no, you passed the save, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no rage. Rage is ended.
Okay. Man. So that really sucks. So if
You see Jolly on the ground about to die. Just to remind you all above the table, Jolly has 2 failed death saves currently. And his turn is immediately after Reznor's.
Reznor is dropping down there, there's one thing I do want to ask.
Okay.
I want to use my rage as a bonus action.
All right.
But am I able to use something that says a bonus action with my actual action? Not raging.
I might make a one-time ruling. What is it?
My Mighty Impel, it says as a bonus action while raging, I can choose a medium or smaller creature within my reach and move it to an unoccupied space within 30 feet of me.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Okay, so I am still going to rage. That'll be my bonus action. I already decided that.
All right.
You said it's 5 feet to drop into their arena?
5 feet of movement, yes.
Okay.
It's about a 25-foot drop. Or 15 foot. That's how tall I said the ladder was. My bad.
Okay. With my increased size, do I need to make any kind of save with that? With jumping down?
You do. You do need to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I'm going to jump down, and I'll go for that with the dex saving throw.
This is just to not fall prone when you hit the ground.
Okay. And I assume my advantage on dex against effects that you can see when...
Yeah, I'll say it applies here. Yeah, it applies here. You want to hit a DC 10.
First one's a 23.
Hell
So
yeah.
23.
All right. You are going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall half to 1 from your rage.
That's the one damage. I'm going to.
Let me go ahead and make you large quick, just so that this is accurate. Cool.
Hey. You got an audience redeeming healing on Jolly.
All right. As you redeem this healing, we see that Jolly's body remains on the ground. Unconscious.
So with the dead guard body there, am I able to occupy that space?
You are able to occupy the space the dead guard is in, yes. You're 5 feet to your left.
Okay.
You are unable to occupy the space of the ladder unless you are climbing it, because you are bigger than the ladder.
Okay. All right, I'm down here. I'm raging. We're gonna
All right.
take some swings at the Backkeeper construct.
Hell yeah.
So first attack, I am going to be reckless with this.
Fuck yeah.
So 25. 25.
25, that's a hit.
And then this will be fire damage. I infuse my weapon when I rage.
All right, and you said you're going with fire damage?
Yes.
And does that apply just to your elemental cleaver ability, or is the entire damage fire?
While raging and holding, you get a bonus action to change it. Elemental cleaver. You can choose one weapon you're holding and infuse it with the following damages. The weapon's damage type changes to the chosen type.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, go ahead and give me your damage roll.
Okay, so that'd be 15 plus 3, 18. So 18 straight, and then the d6 for the fire damage. Nope, just the one. Nope, stop. So 17 fire damage on the first hit.
All right. Go ahead and... Is Resnor taking his second attack here?
Yep.
Go ahead and give me a perception check first.
Perception. 17.
17. Resnor, you see as you swing this elemental cleaver into this beast that it takes no damage.
Okay.
I'll allow you to use a free action because of Wild Knight to change that damage type before your next swing.
I'll change it to Thunder.
Hell yeah. Give me that attack roll. And don't forget this is advantage because of your recklessness.
Yep. Advantage. So first one's a 27, second one's 23. So 27.
All right, that's a hit.
And with this, for 16 plus 6, so 22 thunder damage.
Hell yeah. Full damage from this attack. And you see this beast rear back, and you can see you have exposed the circuitry inside the orb that makes up most of its body. It is bloodied.
And that'll be EOT.
EOT. All right. After Rez, Jolly. I'm going to need a death saving throw.
Okay, here it goes. Here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jolly Porter is no longer living in this arena. Zenlin. Give me a perception check for free.
Seven.
Jolly doesn't look good, man.
I think Zenlin is gonna do the only thing that he can right now. As much as he knows Jolly would probably hate it. Which is he's going to drop slow. And in the process, he is going to quicken cast haste on himself.
All right.
Because I believe Jolly is pretty small.
Jolly is a halfling.
So that's a bonus action. So both of my actions are going to be spent dashing.
I don't think you need to spend both your actions dashing. Your speed is doubled, so it's 60. So you have 120 speed if you dash once.
Okay, then the other action, what I would like to do is jump into the ring, run, grab Jolly, and drag him up the ladder out of the ring.
Hell yeah. So it's 30 to get up the ladder, 5 feet to get into the ring. If you're on the edge of it. Where is Zen? I lost him. Oh,
Zen
there
is on the opposite edge. He has not moved.
Yeah, let me go ahead and measure this out. So 5. You will have enough movement with a single dash to get to Jolly and get up there.
Cool.
And you can move space since he's an ally, so you can,
So,
go ahead and move yourself over to Jolly.
Cool. Select. And then, essentially whatever movement left, I would like to try and carry his body up, whatever op attacks may come.
Yep, go for it.
I do have a +2 currently.
Actually, I have... So as you reach down to pick up Jolly, your hand passes through the body. Jolly Porter, you have escaped the ring and are running through the woods of the living floor. Thanks to that lovely mislead. Zen, you are unaware that Jolly is left. You just know your hand passed through his body.
I think he freezes there. I think he is too confused and baffled to even realize he has 2 giant constructs behind him that are about to lay into his very squishy, sickly body, and he is just frozen, confused as his hand passes through.
All right. Do you want to do anything with your second action?
I guess he'll take the dodge action.
All right. After Zen, it's going to go to the time rent construct, who is no longer slowed. That is a hit. As it hits you, you see it flickers in and out of existence. And after that first strike, reappears on the other side of the Pact Keeper and takes a swing at Reznor. That's a hit on Reznor as well. This is not a ton of damage here. It's only 9 to Zen. 15 halved to 7 plus 3 force damage, so 10 total damage to res.
Yeah.
All right. After that, it is going to go to Jillian. Jill, I'm going to say for free, you see Zen reach down to pick up Jolly, and his arm fully pass through the body.
Jill is like, what the fuck? It was an illusion. Where the fuck is he? As she sees that, she's thinking that, and then she shakes her fist in the air and she yells, "Let the great houses eat cereal, greedy bastards and tricksters."
Give me a persuasion check for free.
All right, persuasion.
You're looking to beat a 7.
She got a 22.
Jesus H. Yeah, Jill, you see the people who are infuriated and lashing out at each other all turn. Oh, actually, I should have had you all make that save again. You know what? On Jill's persuasion there, everyone is free of the fury effect. No one is required to make attacks. You see all the civilians turn to each other. Yes. Burn the houses! And begin to rush off into the city. Anything else from Jill that turn? Any actions, bonus actions, movement? Anything other exclamation? Which, huge, by the way.
She moves down to the floor where she last saw Jolly to try to figure out where he is.
So that is going to be your full movement to basically stand on Jolly's illusory corpse. Let me send him to the bottom so that we can see Jill. Go ahead and, if you are just looking for like where Jolly went, give me an investigation check. Okay. With your action.
11.
You don't see any tracks leading away from here. There's no tracks. Jolly's footprints don't cross this sand at all.
All right, that's the.
But you do remember there was a short period of time where there was only the one guard in front of the until you ran up there, between the time that Coca-Cola blasted them back and you ran up. Well, he snuck past, like invisibly or something. Any bonus actions from Jillian?
Let's see what she can do for a bonus action.
I believe you can cast Sanctuary, Healing Word. I think those are your bonus actions that you have available to you.
Yeah. End of turn.
All right. End of your turn, it is going to go to the Pact Keeper construct. I'm going to need... Actually, no, I'm sorry. There's no save on that. It's just a D8 of damage to everyone next to it. 7 to the Time Rent construct. 4 to Jillian. 5 to Zenlin. 6 have to 3 to Reznor.
These robots are not cute like Beep.
Man, if we brought Beep, we could have played BattleBots today.
I will let you know, Beep only has 20 hit points.
I don't think anyone wants to see the rage Reznor would go into if Beep died.
Beep can be repaired. He's, just a construct. He's not sentient.
Reznor doesn't understand that.
But yeah, it is going to take its attacks. It's going to make 2 arm blade attacks. One against Zenlin, whose magic it recognizes as having been laid upon it, and one against Reznor, who is massive and the same size as it. Threat it believes. What's up?
I was just going to remind you I took the dodge action.
Yep, I was rolling disadvantage on that anyways. Alright, that is a miss on Zen. That is a miss on Reznor, as these blades separate back out from the concentric saw it used to attack the illusory Jolly. It misses both of you. Next in our initiative order is the Abomination, which is going to move over here and begin climbing this ladder. It is able to get onto the ladder with a dash, but is not able to clear it. And you see these 2 guards at the top over here begin, oh, shit, and they're stabbing down at it. Cola, you are no longer infuriated.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say to Jillian, we gotta go, like telepathic, and I'm gonna take my bonus action movement to GTFO towards the entrance.
Hell yeah. So full dash for you is 90 feet? Or is it 75?
75.
All right.
I
Let me
probably like
measure this out quick. You are able to right about... you're able to get a little further than that. You're able to get to right behind these 2 guards if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
You can be right here if you want. And I'll let you guys know the bridge out into the rest of the area begins at these overhangs here. Where you see ground, where you see road there is bridge. All right. Next in the initiative order is Reznor.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and attack the Parakeeper Construct again.
Hell yeah.
And this will also be at Recklessly.
All right.
Crit fishing. 28.
That's a hit.
That plus a d6. So 12, 16 thunder damage.
16 thunder damage. Hell yeah. Still standing. Go ahead and give me your second attack.
Second attack. 28 again.
That's going to hit.
Am I going to get the exact same number?
Let's see.
Nope. Only 14 this time.
All right, 14. All right. Heavily wounded. This thing looks like it is being ripped to shreds by the thunderous damage of your axe.
So
any
real
bonus
quick,
actions?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know the ruling on this. If I was to use my bonus action to toss Zenlin back, would that proc AOO?
It's involuntary movement on his part. No.
I am going to Mighty Impel Zenlin to the top of the ladder.
Hell yeah.
On the... So, I mean, technically...
What's the distance on that, by the way?
30 feet.
30 feet. You're able to throw Zenlin up to the top of the ladder, and then you can throw him 15 feet in any direction from the top of the ladder.
Okay. I just want to get him to, up there where he's not in the arena anymore.
Yeah. Do you want to try to put some space between him and that guard?
I don't think so. The guard didn't attack Jillian, so I don't think Reznor thinks he's going to attack Zenlin.
I will say the guard didn't attack Jillian because Jillian had not acted hostily towards him or the constructs or anything like that. Is what I'll let you know.
I'll probably give him like 5 feet of distance then. Kind of where Zenlin is now.
All right. Cool. Up next in our initiative order is Jolly Porter, who is fleeing. And still illusorily under Jillian. Like, Jillian, you are standing inside Jolly's fake body.
Yeah, I'm concentrating for sure. Give myself as much time as possible to get away.
Yeah, I'm going to let you know right now, you're fully invisible. Give me a stealth check. Try to hit a DC 10.
Fully invisible?
Yeah, you're fully invisible.
Right. Okay. Give me 1 second. Chrome crashed on me.
And you can roll this with advantage from the invisibility.
Okay. 1 second. All right, here it is. It's all going to happen. This will be stealth. Has it rolled? Okay, that's a 21.
Jolly, you are God. You know that you have contacts in the city who can get you out of here, who can change the way you look, if you so wish, and get you set up with a brand new identity if you want.
Yeah, I'll come back when the people demand.
Yeah, you'll come back when it's safe.
Cultural change, and the houses have fallen.
And I'll say, actually, you hear behind you people yelling and cheering, "Burn the houses! Take them to the ground!" And you see as you flee through the living level, you see a red and pink tent catch a light.
Nice. Here's what's going through my head right now. I think I will create a pen name and write some anonymous sort of stories from the lightning rail.
All right.
Some of the dirty things I saw happen amongst the elites, and
Hell yeah.
and maybe why certain people were marked.
All right.
Yep.
All right. We'll go ahead and move down the line here. Oh, I need to make another lair. You know what? Everyone's leaving to burn the houses. We don't need any more lair actions here. Zenlin, you have just been thrown to safety by your friend Reznor.
So the crowd started rushing out. Am I correct that most of these random commoner tokens aren't here?
Correct. I just didn't get around to deleting them yet.
Totally fine. That makes this real easy. Zenlin's going to come around behind this guy and just stab him twice with his 2 attacks.
With his 2 attacks? What?
I have haste on. I have 2 actions to attack with.
I was sitting here, I was like, when did Zen get extra attack? You're a sorcerer.
So the first one
completely
is a
forgot.
26 to hit. So this guard is going to take
Hell
5
yeah.
piercing damage from the first one.
All right.
And that's a 25 on
it's
the
not looking
second
good.
one.
His guard is not looking good.
7 on the
Already.
second one.
Zenlin, for the first time in your life, you have killed another being with a blade.
I just lean in close to him and I say, "Long live Jolly," and shove his body into the ring.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm gonna yell down there and be like, "I think it's time for us to go, everyone." And I will use all of my massive my 60 movement to start moving around the ring toward the bridge.
Hell yeah. You'll be able to get about 90 degrees around the ring.
Yeah, that's what it was looking like right about
So
there.
about here. Yep.
Cool.
Time Rend Construct is going to go. No longer slowed. It is first going to roll to charge an ability. This is big, so we'll roll this in front of the board. This takes one of its multi-attacks, and it needs a 6 on this d6. And I rolled that to self instead of the board. It's got a 5 anyway. All right. Does not charge that ability, and it is going to instead take one swipe with its arm blade at Reznor. Does a 15 hit, Rez?
No.
All right, that is a miss. Next in our initiative order is Jill.
All right. Jill's gonna turn to Reznor and say, "We need to get that fuck out of here." And she's going to cast Steps of the Night, and she's going to start flying towards where she saw Coca-Cola.
All right. So you flying straight across the arena?
Yes.
All right, and it's a bonus action for Steps of the Night. Do you want to dash?
Yes, she will dash.
All right.
Big B has redeemed giving a character inspiration, but he did not specify who, so I'm not quite sure, but there is an inspiration there.
Hell
as
yeah.
well.
Big B, go ahead and Big B, go ahead and let us know in the comments who you want to give it to.
All right, and that's the end of Jill's turn.
All right, yeah, you are able to get to there. You are flying. Next in our initiative is the Pact Keeper. It is going to take another attack on Reznor. That's going to be a hit for 15 damage, halved to 7 plus 3. So 10 damage again.
Yeah.
It's going to take its second attack here, which is going to miss. Or I'm sorry, Reznor, you reckless attacked last time, right?
Yes.
All right. Still a miss. It is then going to take some movement away from you.
Oh, do I get to attack it?
Does not get up to Jillian. Hell yeah, give me that attack of opportunity. This is going to be made with disadvantage as it rolls in a ball.
22.
Or I'm sorry, you reckless, so this is flat.
Oh, 22.
Oh, and either way, that's a yeah. You got the same thing on both die. Yeah, hits.
Alright, so thunder damage. 14 plus 2 and 3, so 19.
All right, Reznor, as this thing rolls away from you, you bring this magical thunderous axe down on it and split it clean in two, hitting that same place that you've been slashing at as it rotates past you. The Pact Keeper construct is dead.
Yeah. Nothing stands
All right.
up to Reznor, bro.
Up next, we're going to have our Clockwork Abomination. It's got a big roll here. It is going to. We're going to see if it recharges that fire breath. All right, that is a recharge. You see, as it's climbing up the ladder, it lets that infernal fire out of its mouth again and incinerates these 2 guards. And is going to move to here. Next in our initiative order is Coca-Cola Iron Gut. What do we got? You can move straight out from where you are onto the bridge and run away if you'd like.
All right. I want to expend just a few feet of movement to move over a little bit. I'm going to cast a spell, then I'm going to run away.
Cool.
I am going to cast Surprise Pocket Sand. It is a 15-foot cone, and it is dexterity saving throw, and I want to cast it towards those 2 guards.
All right. And what spell is this?
This is it is the cards one. Remember, I reflavored it as Surprise Pocket Sand.
I think it's spray of
Oh,
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right, so that's dex saves for them.
Yep. DC 16.
Both failures.
Okay. So they'll take 11 damages, but they're blinded also.
Blinded until the end of their next turn, correct?
Blinded condition until the end of its next turn, yes.
All right, hell yeah.
I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna run away. I'm going this way.
All right. Coca-Cola, you are able to get off map with your bonus action dash if you'd like.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, we will remove Coca-Cola from the board.
I assume during our planning,
And we'll go ahead and do.
we established a meetup place, probably.
Yeah, that's. I'll give you that for free. You guys can decide that after session because we will be ending as soon as this combat ends.
Sure.
Up next is going to be Reznor.
Has anything been done to this tyrant construct? Any damage?
It has not taken. Oh no, it's taken some. It's taken some damage from being next to the Pact Keeper.
Okay. Kind of gonna have to mess with this thing a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just take the opportunity attack. Start heading down towards like Jillian.
Hell yeah. I mean, let's see. What's your movement speed? 40?
40.
And those fires have been put out, so you can fully walk over them. You can get to right here.
Okay.
And if you're dashing, you can get to here.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll go ahead and dash. But I'm going to be looking back at Jillian to make sure she's not getting hit.
Yeah. Dashing to there, you're able to reach up and grab the upper ledge to prepare for when you come out of reach, so that you will already be holding on to the top of this ladder when you shrink back down.
Yeah.
You will take the attack of opportunity. And you were reckless on your... Oh, no, this is your turn. So, okay, that is a crit. Does anybody want to redeem? Does anybody in our audience want to redeem a cancellation? All right.
I can
Let's get our damage roll here. 25. 3. What's 25 plus 19?
39.
25 plus 19 is
Oh,
44.
No, it's 44.
Okay. That is going to be 44 points of slashing damage, Reznor. Halved to 22.
Damn. Well, at least I stay raged now.
Yeah, you do stay enraged because you took some damage.
Oh, there it is. Cancel crit.
I'm sorry. If you redeem it after I roll damage, I'll use it on the next one, and I'll save it
That's fine.
between sessions, gang. But
It could be me too, because I've got, trash can Wi-Fi, but it's there for the next one.
I get. Yep, I'll save it for your next one. If there isn't another one this session, I'll keep it in the bank for next time one does occur. So our initiative order is Zen.
So I believe my normal 60 movement can put me right next to the guards, right?
Correct.
So I'm gonna move there, and Zen's gonna do something super dumb now, since he doesn't look like Zen, and is going to use his 2 actions to try to just shove the guards into the pit.
All right, these are going to be opposed athletics checks. Give me your first
Yep.
one.
Are they still blind?
They are blind, so they'll be making this with disadvantage.
Okay, well the first one is a 3, so I don't think the first one's going in, but I did get a 16 on the second.
I'm going to say that on a tie with them being blinded, you do succeed here. So you shove both of the guards into the pit.
Let's go. Zenlin's a badass today, apparently. I don't think he has anything else, because...
Zenlin?
Oh, I lied. I'll bonus action
that's
Misty
both your
step out.
actions. Hell yeah. Zenlin, you shove these guards and then bonus action teleport down the bridge. Catching up with Coca-Cola. We are going to go to Jill. You see these guards have just fallen into the pit. Actually, go ahead and roll the falling damage for that. Catch themselves and go for a solid landing. They land head first and snap their necks, both dead. Jill.
All right, I was just checking to see if I need to roll a concentration, but it looks like I don't. So Jill will just keep dashing. She'll use the
You haven't
dash
taken
action.
damage, so you
and,
definitely don't.
yeah.
All right.
So
Get
she's
50
going
more
to-
feet with that fly.
She's going to follow
Yeah, I'm going
Coca-Cola
to say,
and
Jill,
badass
you
Zenlin.
are able to get it. All right, Jill, you are not off screen yet. You are just here at the edge of the bridge where it begins.
So close. All right, yeah, that's the
Yes,
end of
so
her
close.
turn. Is that Clockwork Abomination
And
still
unfortunately,
there?
that's going to... Oh, I forgot to have the timer construct. It is still there. That is the one that skittered up the ladder, chasing all of the lovely living beings it could sense, and incinerated those guards. And it is its turn. We'll move Rez so he's hanging on the top here. Reznor is going to fire a spear out of its back at you and miss. And then it's going to move up to you, Jillian, and attempt to slash at you with one of the claws. Does a 18 hit?
Yes, that is her AC.
All right. That's going to be 19 points of slashing damage to Jillian. As it lays into you with one of these claws shredding through the side of your body. Most of that damage, however, is mitigated by the aid you gave yourself and your companions. Rez, you're up.
Reznor.
Still raging, so it's only 5 feet to get to the top of the ring.
Yeah, so Reznor will get to the top of the ring, and he'll head to leave, but he's not gonna...
He's going to stay right on the edge of the bridge, where you can
Yeah,
still
he
see
wants to
Jillian and
make
the
sure-
abomination.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, actually, can I make it to Jillian
I'll
from
see.
here?
Oh, yeah, you can make it to Jillian from there. It's 5 feet of movement. Yeah, that's less than 40 for sure.
I'll go to Jillian, and I'll use Mighty Impel again to throw her 30 feet in front of us. Like, towards the
Hell yeah,
exit.
Jill, you are off map. And Rez, I'll say you get to, like, right there. So you're not leaving this thing's threat range. Jillian is clear. Reznor, you are the last person left in this arena. And you have not used a dash yet. Would you like to?
Yes, I'm going to use my dash.
All right, Reznor, you dash out, leaving behind this time-rent construct and clockwork abomination. Exit into the rest of the living level, head over to the festival proper, and end this session of Gilded Destinies. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I was so happy to have you all, especially our dear friend Jolly. If anybody has anything they'd like to talk about or plug, we'll go ahead and do that now, gang.
Thanks,
Delirium.
Jolly.
Yeah, good to see you, Jason. Good surprise. Delirium, our Grim Hollow campaign, Monday night, 7:30 Central. And our party finds themselves in a predicament, a series of traps and puzzles. So that's been entertaining. So come check that out. And their cursed shenanigans. And that's all I got, Chip.
All right. Well, in that case, thank you all for being here. I've been your GM Chipper, and this has been a wonderful night. I'll catch you next time.